Good morning. Welcome to the People Pleaser Support Group, where we support each other's healing journey as we grow and expand closer to our true selves. My name is Tina Rose, and I am coming on this morning because I want to talk about the video I made yesterday and the interesting series of events that happened overnight that led me to a great revelation and another part of my healing journey. And I want to share it with you because I want you to see in your healing process, most likely these same things are going to come up. And this is, I won't say more advanced healing. It just, for me, it came more toward the end, if there ever is an end to my healing process in this human lifetime. But it was so subtle. And as soon as I saw what was happening, everything just comes right, falls right into place, and it makes complete sense. So I wanted to share it with you. And I hope I can put this all together so that it makes sense. So yesterday I made a video, or last night I made a video, and it was completely off the cuff, not planned. And then after I finished recording, I asked myself, or told myself, I probably shouldn't make this video public because, I always worry about somebody else's feelings. In this case, it would be my mom, me talking about things that my mom had said to me, and that didn't feel right to me, and that, controlled me and whatever. So last night I was thinking, well, I probably shouldn't publish this video. I shouldn't make it public because it wouldn't be right to her. It wouldn't be fair to her. And at the same time that I said that, I just felt a very heavy feeling, an old familiar feeling about, having to take care of someone else's feelings. But let me look at my notes because I want to get this right. What I realized was that I was continuing to feel a need to protect her. In a way, I was excusing her behavior. Even when I was a young child, I would do things to protect her. Like if her and my dad had a disagreement, I would always jump on her side and say things, well, Dad, you need to listen to Mom. You need to do what she says or whatever. And I was always trying to protect her because I wanted to keep her happy. As long as she was happy, I was safe. I felt safe. So, yeah, and it was during that time when that strategy worked for me to help keep me safe and feel loved somewhat. And what was really happening was, as a child, my nervous system learned that if I were to see these things that was happening clearly, what she was doing, and in this case, I'll call her the perpetrator, and I'll talk about that in a few minutes. My nervous system as a child learned that if I saw her behavior clearly, and I made it public, then I would be exposing the truth and exposing the pain. And when I did that, I risked and was being punished and abandoned. So my body, my nervous system chose connection over truth. So that's why I was jumping to protect her. And I was jumping, choosing not to expose the truth, choosing not to expose the pain that I felt as a result of what she was doing. So The video that I recorded last night, I wrote the name of it down so that if you could refer back to it, and I'll try to post it up here, put it up in the corner. But the video was live wide awake rather than repeat past mistakes. And it was dated December the 22nd, 2025. So what happened next was I started to feel the heavy feeling, and I wanted to understand it more. But I asked my guides, I said, is it a good decision for me to publicly publish this video? And I was feeling the heavy feeling like, no, don't publish it. And another reason for that was because I would feel like it would make me a mean person like her. I felt like it wouldn't be fair to her. And it was very interesting how this was all coming. So when I asked my guides if it was a good decision for me to publish that video, of course, they said yes with the exclamation mark. And because I trust very much, I have learned to completely trust my guides because they do know. And I have seen my miraculous healing over each time when Tina didn't want to do something, but they told me to do it, or they recommended that it was a good decision to do it. And I did it. I saw my healing. So after they told me yes with the exclamation mark, I published it. Still feeling some of that heavy feeling though, saying, I know this is happening for me. Help me to see. So I went to bed and I had a dream about just some random people doing something wrong. But in the dream, I was trying to protect them. But at the same time in the dream, I recognized that I was doing that. Hey, they did something that's not okay. That's wrong, actually. It's more than not okay. It's wrong. And I'm trying to protect them, protect their feelings. So in the dream. So when I woke up this morning, I meditated on everything that had happened last night and during the dream. And what I got were two words. And the first word was condemnation. And, at first that sounded like just like a judgmental word, you know. And I didn't like the way that word sounded, but I looked it up. And I also wrote that down somewhere. And now I probably won't be able to find it. Okay, here it is. I did write it down right here because I want to make sure. And when I read the definition of condemn, what it means to condemn, it made sense. And what it means to condemn is someone did something morally or, I'll say morally wrong, but, and when you make it public, someone does something morally wrong and you make it public, that's what the word condemn means. And I saw in that moment when I read the definition, my innocence. I saw how I was, and I always have, even yesterday. I did it yesterday when I had to be with my mom, protecting her. I was still in that way protecting her feelings by saying things like, we all do the best we can. She was parenting me from her childhood trauma. It's like I'm making excuses for her. And at the same time, I don't gossip about what she did. That's just not me. I feel like I do have strong integrity and I want to do right. But what I'm learning now, today, is that I need to recognize how I have been protecting her and spiritually bypassing all of that. Spiritually bypassing the hurtful behavior, not the person. Even through everything that my mom did to me and the ways that it made me feel for decades, I still have compassion for my mom and I still love her. I really do. Every child wants to be able to love and get love from their parent. And my thoughts all these years about publicly saying that my perpetrator did these things to me that were so wrong and hurtful to me and caused me so much pain. I mean, it would be an extreme, like I would feel if I did that, if I said anything in public about that, it would be in my mind, it was synonymous to back in the day when people were publicly punished, like the big stuff, like beheaded and stoned to death and stuff like that. That's what in my inside me and in my mind, it would be that severe. Okay, I can't do that because I'll be doing something wrong. So it's very interesting how the mind works and how you become conditioned and you grow into these thinking these things that are so extreme like that. I've never been vengeful, never, ever felt like I needed to get revenge. Um, and just the word condemn, it kind of, in a way, I just like held my breath for a second because it feels like a judgmental, like the heavy judgment that's laid on us as a child. And that's probably a big part of it too. But I had to look at this morning because condemn means when you publicly disapprove of something, like you make it known. That was the definition of the word, and it applied so truly to this situation about the video I made last night, how I felt about being afraid, not being afraid to publish it. And there's so much more I want to say about this, but it's getting dragged out again, and I'm going to do an energy healing that'll come up in a minute to help us with this wound of feeling the need to protect them from the truth, protect them from what has really happened. And even when I mentioned it in my last night's video, that my mom had told me that we didn't have to tell anybody about this. She was protecting herself. And I knew how it made me feel. It made me feel even more like I was deserving of being publicly humiliated myself, because that's what would happen. Other people saw what was happening. Other people saw when I was a child and maybe into my adult years how my mom was treating me, but they never intervened. And that's another video. That's how, society has evolved, how society was where they were at that time about not telling people how to raise their kids or whatever. It was about an unconscious fear within me. If I condemn her, I might become her. And yeah, I've never been vengeful, so it's not like I want to do anything or hurt her on purpose. I really don't want to hurt her, but I needed to get this out. I needed to recognize what happened was wrong, and her pain is not my responsibility. And I'm not going to do something to purposefully make her feel pain. But I need to be able to say what really happened to me and be okay with saying that. As children, and we're treated these ways, we feel condemned. People saw it. In my case, it was so blatant in my case that people saw it. I've had people throughout the years say things that let me know that they saw it. My grandma, my aunt, my older brother. And when people see it and don't intervene, that adds to me absorbing and embodying that, feeling like I began to believe that something was wrong with me. I felt like the problem. I felt like the defect from that betrayal. I felt like it was all me. If everyone is upset, I'm always the one in trouble. It must be that I'm a bad person. So, what we have to do now, once we make this realization, is integrate, holding compassion after truth is exposed, not instead of it. And we want to stop protecting what harmed us. And that's what I've been doing my whole life. And I'm 62 years old. I'm sharing this so that maybe you can go through a healing process around it, around protecting your perpetrators. And it is hard. I mean, last night when I felt that heavy feeling after realizing that I needed to post that video, making it public, I have strong integrity, and most of you do too. So, and it's not about revenge, it's about exposing the truth, the behavior, condemning the behavior, not the person. I think, right? I'm questioning myself. Okay, am I still trying to protect her? Okay, maybe I should just say that, right? Condemning the behavior and just leaving it point blank. So to reframe it, we talk about behavior without feeling that it's unsafe. To reframe it, we see the perpetrator clearly and the behavior clearly, and we still have compassion for that person. And this truth does not destroy the love that we deserve. It restores our sovereignty. So now we will go into the energy transmission. And this has been a tough one for me. So get into your comfortable position. You can sit up, lay down, whatever that position is. And say, I am open to receive. And I'll give you some inner child dialogue during this transmission. And the energy transmission begins now. Begin to take a few rounds of deep breathing, fully inhaling, pausing at the top, and fully exhaling. as a result of being condemned ourselves as a child. Our inner child felt that. And now continues to attempt to feel safe by not condemning that behavior now. The inner child feels, if I condemn them, I feel like I will lose love. If I condemn them, I'll become a mean person too. I'll be alone. And tell your inner child now, back then, you did it to get love, a feeling of love, so that you could survive. But now I am here, and I will not leave when you tell the truth. I will not punish when you tell the truth. I will stop protecting what harmed you so that the truth can set us free. And then I feel like my inner child is saying, but they were hurting too. And I don't want to be unfair. And to that, my adult healing self now says to my inner child, you don't have to choose anymore between truth and compassion. You can make the truth known and feel compassion after or during. But compassion does not require your silence. Understanding them never required sacrificing yourself. So, my dear, sweet inner child, rest easy, rest assured that I am here whenever you tell the truth of how you really feel. I'm not going anywhere, and my love for you is not changing. I will protect and stand up for you and how you feel. I will no longer protect the perpetrator's feelings. That pain is not my responsibility or yours. My dear friend, all my love to you. as we heal all of it, as we heal all of it. Blessed be.